Hi, my name is Rémi Hébert. I'm a biologist at the Canadian Wildlife Service of Environment and Climate Change Canada. Today we're focusing on exotic species and the impact they have on our ecosystem. So first, what are exotic species? They are non-native species that have been brought in by human activities. So that means that they should not be here. The Wild Species Report indicates that there are more than 3,000 exotic species established in Canada. They include, for example, the oriental cockroach, which lives in our buildings, the emerald ash borer, a beetle that kills some of our trees, the purple loosestrife, a plant that invades our wetland, or the common earthworm, which decomposes the leaves on the ground so rapidly that many species of insects no longer have a shelter. Exotic species directly impact our ecosystem and our lives, so it's important to prevent them from entering in Canada. We're talking to Alexandre Blain, a biologist at the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has three parts to its mandate: food safety, animal health, and plant health. I work in the area of plant health, conducting risk assessments on weeds and invasive plants in order to determine their likelihood of establishment and spread and their potential to cause negative impacts to the environment and to the economy. As part of our weed risk assessments, we first verify the status of the species in Canada. For example, is it present or absent? And if present, is it native or exotic? And in which province it is found? The Wild Species Reports are one of the key sources we consult for the species status in Canada. We have been using downloaded copies of the Wild Species Reports, but now we like how easy it is to use the new online search tool. The Wild Species Reports are also one of our main references when we need to find out the conservation status rank of a plant in Canada and provincially. It is also helpful to see changes in status over the different reports, which were produced every 5 years from 2000 to 2020, as it can give us an indication of when a species was introduced and if any changes have happened in its rank and distribution. For example, kudzu, Pueraria montana, which is a regulated pest in Canada currently under eradication, was first detected in 2009 and is noted in the 2010 report. The report brings us a recent and historical perspective on the status of plants in Canada. Finally, this information is of great importance for the various types of risk assessments we do on plants at the CFIA. By preventing invasive alien plants from establishing in Canada, we can better safeguard our native species.
Plants are a unique group of species because they have a particularly high number of exotic species in Canada. The Wild Species Reports indicate that more than 1,300 exotic species of vascular plants are established in Canada. They represent about 26% of all species of vascular plants in Canada, meaning that 1 out of 4 species of plant that is found in the wild should not be here. We're talking with Sean Blaney, coordinator of the Atlantic Canada Conservation Data Center.
People might not realize it, but a lot of our common plants that we see on roadsides, around cities and farmlands are exotic. They're not originally from here. They're mostly European in origin, and they were accidentally or deliberately introduced by settlers long ago or more recently. Some of these exotic species are ecologically problematic, but most are not. Most are more symptoms of ecological disturbance rather than problems in themselves. The suite of species, exotic species that we have is changing rapidly as species are spreading on their own from adjacent areas or spreading with assistance from humans via our transportation networks and our gardening and other activities. We have more tools today than ever before to understand exotic species distribution. In Atlantic Canada, we have dozens of examples of first provincial records that were documented by interested amateurs through the iNaturalStat, for example. The rapid change in species is one of the reasons why the Wild Species Reports every 5 years are so valuable. They represent the most complete species lists for provinces and territories, and they document when species arrive so that we are tracking change over time.
The Wild Species Report are essential to understand the diversity of species surrounding us and to help prevent species from becoming at risk of extinction. To see the list of exotic species established in Canada, at the national level or by province, territories, and ocean regions, you can consult the most recent Wild Species Report. The Wild Species Reports are done through a collaboration between the federal government and all provincial and territorial governments in Canada. Every 5 years, hundreds of scientists are involved in the preparation of the report. Other partners, such as NatureServe Canada and the Conservation Data Centers, also support the report. Thank you very much.